All right, well, welcome to the off-season for building the Chippewas. There's not really much else that we need to do here, but once we hit this button, the off-season's about to be in full swing. We're not taking any job offers. We're not leaving CMU. That's not the point. Managed staff, there's not much we can do in there, and we can't upgrade any coach skills at the moment, so let's advance week and see what the offseason in college football 25 looks like. All right, hey, we got the kicker, which is good news for us. I'm not sure if 5-star kickers even exist in Dynasty, but for CMU, a 2-star kicker, a kicker that was at least looked at somewhere, coming here, hopefully is a big deal. Ooh, players leaving. Let's see. Transferring. Cade Costas. 72 overall. Defensive end. We can persuade him. And he's the only one. Now, with how bad I do believe year 2 is about to be, a player like this, especially a sophomore, I feel like has a chance to be an impact player for us. Let's give it a go. He has not been persuaded, so he's going to leave. Oh, well. Transfer portal and off-season recruiting. So the transfer portal is finally open, it seems, which is where I think we're going to have to be busy. We didn't have the greatest recruiting class. I spent too long on recruits that we just never had a chance at. Now, we've got a good chunk of MAC recruits in here. And these are all listed as needs. Now, quarterback is not listed as a need. We've got a recruit coming in, already committed, and I believe already signed at quarterback. Plus, Joey Labus and Bert Emanuel. I thought Joey Labus was a senior for whatever reason. He is not, only a junior, so we got him for one more year, and he's staying on. So we don't need to add any transfer portal quarterbacks. A running back, however, would be a big deal. We're third in Darius Taylor's top 5. He's actually a 4-star running back out of Detroit, Michigan. Let's add Darius Taylor to the list. All right, so our recruiting board is full because we got a whole bunch of guys that have already committed to other schools. We're gonna clean this up here. Guys that we just have no chance to sway. Like, we're not getting Jeremiah Proctor to CMU with an offer from Michigan State, especially a verbal commitment. So we're going to get rid of these guys and then regroup. So we've cleared up a bunch of our board here. So let's regroup when it comes to the transfer portal. Offensive tackle, Micah Grant, add him. Guard. I want to just try and focus on guys that are higher up on the board, regardless of stars, regardless of whatever, because we just need players. We signed a center. We're good there. Defensive end we apparently need. We got a 2-star and a couple 3-stars here. I'm going to focus on Jordan Miles out of Kennesaw State. Defensive tackle. A Wisconsin transfer would be quite hype. Let's add him to the board. Linebacker. There's only one guy we have a chance at. That's a bit unfortunate. I don't think we're going to be able to get him. Yeah, he's got some interest from Rutgers. We are 8th on the board. We'd have to try really hard. I'm gonna add him to our board, but I don't think we're gonna give him much of an effort to get him over here. Middle linebacker, we are all set. Corner is apparently a need. We got a pair of 2-stars. Fuck it, let's add them both. Safety, we're set. Free safety, or strong safety, however, we are not set, but also quite screwed. Kicker, we're good. punter we're good. And then I wonder about athletes. Apparently there's none. So we've got 750 hours to work on these guys. Now, are these... Given that these guys are signed... Oh, actually, you can't get rid of them when they're signed. Okay. So let's head into these transfers. Landon Doyle is looking heavily at Navy. So we offer him a scholarship, of course. 3-star running back. His interest in Navy is quite high. So we're not going to send the house. But we're going to do everything but that. Scouting is important too. It's just something I should do a little bit more. But I'm also a little bit tentative because we just have so many needs and I'm trying to field a decent team. We'll do that if we feel like we have the points. But I'm not certain we're gonna. I think we're taking a risk when it comes to this. This running back here is going to be pretty tough to sway. Northern Illinois got him pretty high up on their board. I'm a little bit worried about that. Ooh. Oh, boy. 3-star right guard Jimmy Lindholm has offers, or has at least some influence from... He doesn't have an offer yet. That's something we do have to pay attention to. He's not been offered a scholarship. But there's a couple Big Ten teams in here on Lindholm, so we don't want to commit too hard. We only have a certain amount of hours. We'll just do this and a little bit of that and hope that that's enough influence to throw us up there. There's a 4-star running back in Darius Taylor. Let's take a look at his overview. I mean... Michigan and Michigan State are on this, but they haven't done anything with him yet. So we're gonna... I mean, if there's anybody to send the house on it, I feel like it's gonna be Darius Taylor. I think he was the only 4-star that we were really looking at specifically. So let's give it a run. I mean, what a replacement for Marion Lukes this could be. Hogan, where are we at? We're second to Miami of Ohio. We don't need to do too much. A little bit of that. Grant, scholarship. Iowa State might be a tough one to get a player from. Little conservative. Morrell. Bowling Green, Iowa State giving offers to, or at least interest to, left guard Dustin Morrell. We'll sit right there. Charles Van, he's got interest from Illinois and Iowa State. I think we just let Van go. He's only a 2-star. Jordan Miles. This one, I feel like we give everything we've got to. Just because it's a position of need. And I feel like having one of those teams up there in Illinois is not a big deal. When you got a couple of them, that generally should signal to us that we've got no chance, at least at this point in the dynasty. We're going to send the house on Jordan Miles. Damn, Illinois busy in the transfer portal. They're in on a lot of the same recruits. 3-star defensive tackle. Got some hours. Like I said, we're taking a little bit of a risk by not scouting here. But our recruiting class was so weak, I feel like we have to try something. Rutgers is the only real competition here for Jahid Lassane, linebacker. And then we only got 2 more guys on the board, so we might be able to scout at least a little bit. Lorenzo Vitti, a corner. Where we at on his board? Second to Bowling Green, although MSU is here. Do a little bit of something. And then we'll probably do the same thing. Or at least somewhat of the same thing for Lorenzo Williams Jr. So we've still got 300 hours left to go. But we've also kind of forgot about Enrique Beckham, and we can once again send the house on this guy. How bad do we want the 4-star tight end? I think we want him bad, and Purdue is just lurking down there. So we're going to spend some points on Beckham, and then we're still going to have points left to scout. I mean, hell, I want him this bad. I want him that bad. So when it comes to Jimmy Lindholm, scouting a bust of a 3-star, it could be worse, I suppose. Those numbers don't really blow us away. Darius Taylor. We can go after Taylor, although albeit not super aggressively. At least for the moment. Although, how bad do we want the 4-star running back? I mean, I guess we do have a little bit of leeway when it comes to the hours spent. And it looks like we're going to have some extras, so throw it at him. We lose, we lose. Finn Hogan. All right. Well, he's not a bust. And we're not really trying to add many skill position players. All in on Doyle for the most part. We could actually soft sell him too. Throw a whole bunch at him. There's actually some really good fits. However, he's only really interested in competing for a championship, which is a little bizarre that he's even considering us in the first place. So obviously we're going to want to focus on that, but find the right fit that maybe gets some of our stronger points emphasized. Okay, we got Taylor scouted. We've already done what we can when it comes to him. What type of championship he competes for, potentially. Okay, scouting Morrell. No major concerns. Jordan Miles. All right. Not a bust. Neither is Tyree. Nothing crazy going on here. So we only really looked at one bust, it appears. So that's good news, and that's actually all the hours we have. So that is our pitch to some transfers, is we're trying to bring in a bunch and also trying to land 4-star tight end Enrique Beckham, who we are very close on. I didn't think here in year one we had any chance to go after 4-star players. A guy we found very late in the season, over the halfway point of the season, when we tried to do anything with Enrique Beckham. And here we are. He has committed. That is our first 4-star commit and our best commitment thus far. Tight end, Enrique Beckham. All right, so we're first on Williams, first on Vitti, first on Lassane, first on Tyree, and first on Miles. Second on Morrell, second on Grant, and fourth on Hogan. Really? Did they listen to me? That screen didn't disappear this time. So we're a little bit limited in what we can do this time around. We went so hard on some of the other guys. Lamar Chocolatey is still sitting there, not signed to Buffalo. So is there anything else we can do? Doyle, I'm not super worried about, because we were also focused here on Taylor, and we're leading on Taylor with Michigan State lurking. The only problem is I can't do any more when it comes to Darius Taylor. We're just going to have to hope that MSU might not be able to offer him the playing time he's desiring, is essentially what we're after there. Hogan, is our only wide receiver transfer target. And we're getting beat out by Indiana, Miami of Ohio, and Toledo. We would really like to have him. Oh, right, I can't do that. But we can DM him. We got 30 points to play with. We might as well just spend the max amount of points possible and just try and sway him. However, he's not really interested in much. We're going to have to find something with hopefully all of those question marks. Yeah, things like this. Things we're good at. We'll try and sway him on that. I mean, it's a 2-star receiver, but still. When it comes to Grant, we're losing out to Buffalo fairly well. We'll do this. And that's actually all we can do. We should have just tried to sway him. The guard. Losing to Bowling Green. But we didn't really do much of anything. We've got some points to spend. We're going to soft sell. Can we focus? Yes, we can. Focus on those 3 that he is indeed interested in. And then we're going to come back here, spend these last 5 points, move on from there. Leading on Jordan Miles. That's good news. And we can't do anything else. All right, we move on. Can't do anything with Tyree. Can spend some points on Lassane, the linebacker. He's only got 1 interest. But we can focus on the interest for sure, and then the things that we just don't know about. So that's good. We'll spend those points. Barely leading on VD. Got 25 points to spend, so sounds like a soft... What? No, we don't have 25 points to spend. We have 15. So this is all we can do. And then when it comes to Williams, kind of screwed ourselves a little bit. We only have 10 points that we can spend on him. Are we even close when it comes to Williams? We are leading over Illinois, so we got that going for us. That is absolutely massive, the fact that we have gotten a 4-star transfer to replace our outgoing senior running back in Marion Lukes. Darius Taylor out of Detroit, Michigan, through the transfer portal, that can kind of build this, at least for a season. I didn't really look at the class any of these guys are, so I just tried to go for talent, tried to go for need. But hopefully, we've got a dude here in Taylor. And we also land Jahid Lassane Jr. out of New Jersey, which is a little bit of a surprise. Long way from home. 2-star linebacker, no big deal, but it's a position of need. This is the final week to sway anymore. We can get Lindholm right out of here. Hogan. Grant. Morrell. Everybody else. So now let's regroup and see if there's anything else we can do. Miles, maxed out. Tyree, not maxed out, but nothing we can afford. Feedy and Williams, same deal. We're just going to have to hope. We're leading on Williams. We're trailing on Feedy, but as long as we get one of them, I suppose we're going to be all right. Lassane has committed. Tyree, we're going to lose out to Michigan State, it appears. I suppose you never know. I don't know if sometimes they come down. I'm going to think not and just pick somebody lower on their board, but who knows. We lead on Miles. We're still trailing on Landon Doyle. It just kind of is what it is. And hey, one final commit. At least one more. Here in the transfer portal stage, Jordan Miles, 3-star defensive end. That will help out. So National Signing Day. This is kind of what I've been looking forward to for a while. However, I thought there was going to be a chance that we could maybe get Lamar Chocolatey swayed a little bit. It doesn't appear that that's the case. He's still got us locked out, I don't know. We might just lose out on Lamar, unfortunately. I think everyone here is committed, and they are, so there's just really not much we can do. Position changes. Now, this is something I don't really think I want to mess around with too much. Oh my goodness, Darius Taylor is not only just a junior, but he's also 88 overall. 89 speed, 94 acceleration, 88 ball carrier vision, 95 carrying. If we can hold on to Darius Taylor for 2 years, which is very unlikely, I'm almost positive he'll go to the draft. But oh my god, that could do wonders for our offense. I'm gonna assume that it must be off-season growth. All of a sudden, this team is 80 overall. How the fuck have we managed that? Oh, okay, for what this is sorted by overall in the opposite direction, I see. So Jalen Kegler was the recruit. He starts out at a 67 overall. Not exactly ideal, but the good news is that we do have Joey Labus and Bert Emanuel here for Labus for 1 year, potentially Emmanuel potentially for 2. We don't really need to do any of this. I mean, we could get a guy like Tyler DeWitt off of this team if we could just encourage a player to transfer. 87 speed. I mean, 87 speed could do something for us, I suppose. We got 2 fullbacks. Neither of them are all that great. David McAllister was the better one, and we knew that. He starts out at a 66 overalls. First time we've gotten to take a look at overalls. Devin Ogletree, oh boy, 51 overall, 80 speed. Oh, are we screwed on that? The tight ends, however, Enrique Beckham starts out at a 73 overall as a freshman. We'll take that. Good bit to build on. I don't think we want to encourage any transfers on the offensive line. We don't have a lot of depth there. Defensive end, I don't think I'm going to encourage anybody to transfer. I just don't see it being a very good idea for us. If anybody, maybe this 5th linebacker in Lomakoski. Why not, I suppose. We're all set here. We actually do not have a lot of corners at all. Williams was the transfer. We went out of our way to try and get a corner when we just didn't need him. Oh, wait, oh, never mind. Redshirt sophomore, or redshirt freshman. I was gonna say, we recruited this guy? No. Bryce Rowe, 82 overall. Safeties. Don't need to mess around with any of this. We've got 1 kicker. We do have 3 punters. Potts is only a 66 to start, which is not great, so it appears a potential incumbent, or at least somebody that's been on the roster a little bit, and Chester Lawrence. Oh! I mean... Do we take the L? This is actually a little bit of a tough non-conference. However, I suppose it doesn't necessarily matter. We can open up the season at San Diego State. We'll take a trip to the Big House in week 3. FCS Southeast. Face up against the Pandas. I really love the fact that the UGF Pandas are here. That's incredible. We got Coastal Carolina last year. Colorado State would be a decent matchup. Oddly enough, so would Florida Atlantic. I feel like Liberty would be good. Maryland, but then we got 2 Big Ten teams. Nebraska's better than I thought. Number 4, North Carolina. The North Texas Mean Green. Give me liberty or give me death. Well, it was only a matter of time until that was said in this game. Where were the Flames? Am I looking for the wrong logo? Oh, wait, it's alphabetical. Right? Isn't it? Oh, there they are. I mean, it's a good matchup. Give me liberty or give me death. Set up recruiting board and scout prospects. Year 2. So now we still probably can't really go for some big star recruits. It's just not very likely. We're going to probably want to take a look at quarterbacks, I would imagine. And we did get a scrambler in the last recruiting class, so the only problem is Michigan State, Michigan, Penn State, this is all Big Ten teams. I don't think that's going to go very well for us. We're actually down on a lot of these guys' lists. There's one 5-star quarterback. We don't even need to mess around with that. I feel like we just keep this on recommended. But I would like to have a field general type quarterback on the team at least. The only problem is every single one has power conference interest. So we might just have to leave that alone and trust in Burt Manuel for at least one more year. Running back is in need. We're 4th on Jarius Gano. Competing with Michigan, though. Competing with Michigan State. Competing with Michigan State. Competing with Iowa State. We're a little bit down here on Ryan Pohl, but we're going to add him to the board. Fullback isn't going to be in need. We got 2 freshmen. Receivers gotta be a big need. Surprisingly, in-game it isn't. Andy McCauley, Cameron Terrell, or Brett Helm. Well, I like the fact that Northern Illinois is leading on Brett Helm, so we'll target him. Tight ends, in theory, were going to be good. This is going to have to be an offensive line class, I do believe. So, oddly enough, 2nd here on Nick Foncesa. Okay. And give me Andre Liljon. Offensive guard. We got a 2-star. We got a 3-star that we're 4th on. Let's add both of those. When it comes to centers, we actually just got some centers, so we're going to leave that alone for now. Kevin Funchess at right defensive end. And let's add in Tywon Rhodes, because we're already in his top 8, so Tywon Rhodes seems like a good target. Defensive tackle, another need. We're 3rd on this guy for a 4-star defensive tackle. However, he's got an interest from Notre Dame, Roland Lee. We're gonna have to figure out when to give up on guys when we just have no chance and set our focuses elsewhere. But for the moment, we're going to take a look at Roland Lee. And also give me George McCauley. Just a 2-star, just a body. Lester Bullocks. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now, is he got interest from... He's got interest from some big schools, but we're still very early on. Give me Reggie Biggs for the name. Middle linebacker. Mitchell Henningsen. Reed Myers. We're only at 14 of 35 potential targets. Got an athlete in here. I think that might be the first we didn't see any athletes at the linebacker position last year. There are a lot of big schools looking at players that we're also looking at. Ugh. Rockefeller. We have to add him to the board. Corner's going to be a big need. We actually have some 3 stars recommended to us here. Lee Casper, Dennis McNichols. He's got interest from Rutgers right now, so that's a good sign that we can go after him. Dalvin Pope, Seth Mangum. Get some focus in on Mangum. Garrison Mama. We love the funny names. Jaden Clapp, same deal. Safeties. We tried to get a 4-star safety last year. Didn't work. Hennessy's going to get added to the board as well as... Casey Hill. Strong safety. Clarence Warrior. Brenton Brownlee. We're going to add in Brownlee. Warrior, and Bliss. Then when it comes to kickers, in theory, we should be all set. I want to look at any state when it comes to kickers. What are we looking at? 3-star is the best they can possibly be. Eric Ayu. Sure. Punters. Don't really need one. Alright, so we got 26 targets on the board here. We throw some in on all of these guys. We're going to be in probably some good shape. So you have to offer them a scholarship to even get anywhere, at least for us. So what we're going to do is go in and offer scholarships to every single one of the 26 players that we added to our board. And that way we can work with all of them, try and influence them to come to CMU. Alright, we've got a bye week. We're going to sim up to the regular season. We're not going to go into it today. Probably Monday would be my guess. Ryan Roll here is going to be a really tough sell. With Wisconsin and Northwestern in the running, and Purdue also here in the top 8. 65 points, so we're going to want to spend wisely. We got 500 hours available. I mean, we really shouldn't have sent the house on a 3-star running back when we already have a 4-star, but still. Let's, right now, let's focus our efforts solely on the 4 stars. And do it in a way where we max out the hours we can spend on them. So we can do this, we can do that, and we can do this. Max influence early. And we're going to do that on every 4-star on the board. So Roland Lee, same sort of deal. The only problem is we can only spend 50 hours on him. So we'll send the house on him for now. And also Hennessy, we can only spend 50. Send the house once again. Hope for the best and hope that gives us an edge over Illinois and Iowa State. Michigan State's also in the running here. So we got our 4 stars set. Little John was a right tackle, which we do need. The offensive line is a big concern for us. I don't think we can do this. Yeah, that math ain't mathin'. So we're gonna do that for now and wait till that hard sell or soft sell or even sway comes into play. It does, yes. I know I don't have chat on the screen. Don't forget to upgrade your coach. I don't think I can. Now, we did upgrade a little bit, but that's all we've got the potential to do right now for the time being. But we are going to wrap it up there when it comes to building the Chippewas. Year 2, 2025, coming up in the next couple days. It's a little bit of a rough non-conference schedule. We got San Jose State, who's already 1-0. That should be a winnable game. But then we get into a very tough part of the schedule. Liberty University, who's right there with us skill-wise. We did make that a home game, so we got that going for us. We're going to get crushed at the Big House, but I want to see just how bad we're going to do. I want to see... I want to get a feel for the simulation. Because, yeah, we got a great simulation in year 1, and everyone's saying it's random. I'm not certain if that's the case. If we just go to Michigan and just get absolutely ass-blasted, then, I mean, at least that makes sense. But for now, that's where we wrap it up. We miss out on Lamar Chocolatey. Hopefully, there will be better opportunities for a Chocolatey on this team. But year 2 coming up in just a couple days.